I had a commission to make short films about the three people in my film when they were recipients of the Goldman Environmental Prize. The Goldman Prize is known as the Nobel Prize of the environmental world. And when I saw these three stories of three people creating positive change for the environment, I said, I have to make a film about these people. And that was 12 years ago. And if I thought it was going to take 12 years to make the film, I probably wouldn't have made the film. But once I made the commitment, I made the commitment. And inevitably, I wanted to tell these stories because they're stories of three people who are working from the grassroots, from the bottom, and creating positive change in the world against huge forces, corrupt governments, multinational corporations, and they're succeeding. You know, it's not simple. They all pay a price for their activism, but they all succeed in battling corrupt governments and multinational corporations and protecting the earth. So that was it. I wanted to give hope because a lot of young people feel that there's no hope for the future. The environmental challenges that we face are so huge. So having the stories of three people working from the bottom up, where real political change can happen when you work from the bottom up, I thought it was important. And a rewarding thing that's happening is that when we show the film to young people, they're inspired. So it feels like we're achieving the goal that we set out to achieve. So, yeah. The priority is that people realize that together, collective action happening from the bottom up at a local level, you can create political and social change. And that, if there's a message in my film, it's that simple, that together, there's almost always some leader who is charismatic, who acts as a catalyst, who brings people together, but people together can create change. So whatever the change is that you want to see, you have to create it. And it's that simple. And of course, it's not simple to do, but the three protagonists in my film would tell you it is that simple. You see something that you don't like, an injustice, an environmental problem, a social problem. You try to create change. You work to try to make the change that you want to see in the world. Be the change that you want to see in the world. And that's it. I'm not Sicilian, I'm Sicilian American, but one word for a Sicilian is very difficult, right? So now I'm going to give you 25 words, but action, hope, and commitment. So 3 words: action, hope, commitment. I think the most important message is that as we who live in an industrialized capital consumer society, as we continue to consume, we can no longer do that. We're consuming everything on the earth and we're destroying the planet as a result. And the people in my film are people of the earth. They're indigenous, they live off the earth, they live on the earth, and they know how to live a life in balance. And so I also wanted to tell the story about people who know how to live a life in balance. And I think that's what's important to take away. We need to consume less. We can no longer keep consuming as much as we want. It's that simple. And water is one of the biggest issues that we face. And I know that Sicily faces a water crisis. I don't know enough about it to know the answer to fix the problem, but I know that overconsumption is part of the problem in a general sense. And so I hope that that's, you know, if you have a follow-up question, ask me, but that's my message, yeah. I think it's important to support the people who are dedicating their lives to doing the work. It's not possible for everyone to be a leader, and it's not possible for everyone to take action. For example, if you have a family, maybe you feel that you can't do what someone who is single can do. And so there are other ways to support the people who are doing the work, and that can be financial. You can financially support the people doing the work. You can do it through legislation by voting. Vote for the politicians who you want. And again, I say do it on a local level because local change creates regional change, creates, you know, national change. So that's what I would want to tell people, yeah.